Okay, we're going to have another quick video here on how to change your front brake rotors. This is going to be on my stepdaughter's car. It's a 95 Pontiac Grand Am. But this procedure is the same for just about any vehicle. Obviously any GM vehicle, unless you're dealing with a Corvette maybe. But first thing to do is take the tire off. We'll get that off and we'll come back. Okay, we've got the wheel off. Obviously we jacked it up. I said the first thing when taking the wheel off, well, you got to jack it up before you do that. Normally I would recommend a set of jack stands. I just don't feel like pulling them out. So, also should have mentioned one of the first signs that, the most apparent signs that you do need new rotors are going to be a lot of pulsating in your brakes. So that's your first sign. And then obviously they're warped, and they can also need replacing from being too thin, cracks, what have you, overheating. The first thing you're going to need to do to actually get to the rotor is you're going to have to actually take the brake caliper off. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I've already replaced the brakes, but in this process, this is how you normally replace the pads as well. You're going to need a hex wrench. This is a 9mm, not the correct size, but closest thing I have, and it does work. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Zoom in a bit here. Actually, I'll try to get the area that you want. I don't know how well this is going to show up. There's one up here. I don't know if you can see that. There's one down here that use this. So we'll go ahead and crack those off there. Set you back down. Zoom you in a little bit. And we won't record this whole thing. That's you get the gist of it. Loosen the top and bottom. We'll come back when those are undone. Okay, now that the bolts are loosened up, I'm going to pull them out. There they are. There's the top one. There's the bottom. Yank the caliper off. And you're going to want to hang it with a bungee or put it in place where it won't fall. I'm actually just going to... These cables, a lot of times you can... Let me zoom up here a little bit. A lot of times you can hang the caliper from the shock tower or from the shock spring. These cables aren't high enough on brakes, so I'm just going to fashion it in such a way that it hopefully does not fall. But also strapping a bungee, that works best. I just don't feel like getting out a bungee. So, and there you have the rotor. And this one is a little stuck. So we're going to take a rubber mallet and hit it. Just give it a couple good whacks with this. There's the old one, pretty cruddy. Get the new one and we'll put it on in just a moment. There's the nice new shiny rotor. First thing you want to do before you actually put this on the car, clean it thoroughly with some brake cleaner. They come oily from the factory. So before we put this on the car, you're probably going to have to adjust your brakes a little bit. They're probably going to be out too far, assuming your old rotor was worn down. And that, you just take an old brake pad, put it on the inside there, take a C-clamp, clamp it down, that compresses it back where you need to be, all the way open. So this one's already done, so this is already clean as well. Didn't want to put you through the agony of watching me clean something. So the next step, just simply put on the rotor. There it is. And then we'll reattach the caliper. Okay, now we've got the caliper on. You simply just lift it up, slide it in there, put the two bolts back through, tighten them up, and you're done. That is essentially it. Pretty easy. So, again, if you're changing your brakes, the only process that would change, obviously you wouldn't take, well, if you're changing both, you would obviously take the rotor off. But if you're changing your brakes, take them off just as I did. pull these two pads off, put new pads on, slap it back on, screw it in. Easy as that. You could do it provided you have no stuck bolts. Essentially, you can do it 5 minutes a wheel at the most. It's not bad. Please post any comments or questions, and thanks for watching.